Hello everyone, my name is Jensen and this is Arianna Gellini. Together we run Last Tango. Today we're very excited because we're going to have a conversation with Marlene McCarty, who is joining us in New York. I first got introduced to the work of Marlene many years ago. I was flipping through the pages of a publication that featured her enormous drawings of her Murder Girl series, wherein there were texts that were twofold. So at the one hand, they described in gory detail the murderous methods of these girls, be it cameras or candlesticks. Yet on the other hand, there were these very touching details about these girls' lives, their hobbies, their favorite pastimes in American suburbia. So this series absolutely blew me away, but we'll get back to that later. I got to meeting with Bruno Jakob, and him having been a partner of Marlene and a very good friend of Marlene, suggested that we meet, and we did so in New York last year. And to make a long story short, we saw that she was having a show in Basel at Kunsthaus Baseland, and thought that this was too much of a coincidence and that we had to work together. So we are going to have a couple of questions to her, and we're obviously not doing this in Zurich because Marlene couldn't make it over here, and being such fangirls, we thought it was important to delve into the multi-layered and rich practice of Marlene McCarty.
Hello everyone, I will be sharing some information on Marlene, for those of you who don't know her. So Marlene McCarty was born in 1957, and she lives and works in New York City. She studied in Switzerland at the Allgemeine Kunstgewerbeschule in Basel between the late 70s and early 80s. She was an early member of the AIDS activist group Gran Fury, which gained an international acclaim after the presence at the Venice Biennale in the 1990s, and also after other interventions throughout the US kind of artistic landscape. Major exhibitions of her work have been shown at the Kunsthaus Baseland, New Museum in New York, MoCA LA, ICA London, Viennese Secession, Reina Sofia, ZKM Karlsruhe, the Kunsthalle in St. Gallen, the Museum Ludwig in Cologne, and the Royal Hibernian Academy in Dublin. She has been awarded the Guggenheim Fellowship, the Paula Crescent Foundation Grant, and an honorary doctorate from the Massachusetts College of Art, and she is a professor at NYU Steinhardt. Her works can be found in major public and private collections worldwide, such as MoMA, Whitney Museum as part of Gran Fury Collective, Brooklyn Museum, Queens Museum, MoCA LA, Rubel Family Collection, Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego, Contemporary Art Museum of Houston, MIT This Center, National Museum of Fine Art, Duke University, Berkeley Art Museum, and the Pacific Film Archive.
Wonderful. So we're just going to call her up. So see you in a moment. People's lives, their hobbies, their favorite pastimes in American suburbia. So this series absolutely blew me away, but we'll get back to that later. I got to meeting with Bruno Jakob, and him having been a partner of Marlene and a very good friend of Marlene, suggested that we meet, and we did so in New York last year. And to make a long story short, we saw that she was having a show in Basel at Kunsthaus Baseland, and thought that this was too much of a coincidence and that we had to work together.